I looked at my back deck, and it was pretty a lot of black smoke. It was definitely looked like it was pretty good fire. So we jumped into my car, and we drove down there. So I went to the house that was on fire. I was looking around, and there was pretty much no way you could make entry. There was 20-foot flames coming out of it. At that point, I saw a kid crossing the street, down the driveway, crossing the street, still on fire.
Officer Atkinson and I met up at the top of the dog park and went down and saw Kevin there, and immediately knew that he was going to need to be flown out. So I let my dispatcher know to relay that to CAL FIRE.
For my side of it, I was contacting personnel to come in to help out with traffic control and stuff like that, and basically giving the fire department a full scene size-up of what they were about to walk into.
So when I ran over there, he was still on fire. Parts of his body was still on fire. He only had his pants on, so his whole body was pretty much third-degree burns. But he was conscious, he was talking. I patted him down, got the fire off of him, but we were, I guess he caught the grass on fire around him, so we were in fire, so.
And I pulled the hose off the back of the first-in engine and started putting out the grass fire. But you know, the fire was burning around one of the victims, so they ended up, basically they hose us down, and they ended up moving the victim before I actually started spraying water, but I put out most of the grass fire down below.
I just told him we need to get a burn kit, we need to get oxygen on this guy, we have to get a backboard, we have to get him out of here, and we need some helicopters. He's got to get to a burn center. You know, he's talking to us right now, but I guarantee he's not going to be talking to us in about 10 minutes.
I did. I was glad Gabe was there. Gabe was very knowledgeable, and I hadn't met Gabe before, but I knew right off the bat that he obviously knew what he was doing and would be in better hands with Gabe than me. So I immediately referred all expertise to Gabe and told him that you lead the show, and what can I do to help?
Got him in a backboard, and we couldn't carry him straight up because the house was rolling at this time, and it was pretty much, you couldn't even be on the street. It was too hot. So we had to carry him around in somebody's neighbor's, across the street neighbor's yard, and carry him out, and then carry him up through a driveway. At that point, Kevin wasn't talking anymore, and he was wheezing pretty good. So I knew that he had to be either intubated or have a cricothyrotomy, which is when you put a tube in his throat.
Honestly, the injuries that they sustained that day, I was amazed that they made it, and from what I understand, they're both doing well today.
You know, a lot of it, I don't even remember. The only thing that was pretty much going through my head was we have to get him out of here and get him to the hospital.
You know, so going to these calls, you know, you get nervous, like, oh, this is going to be a big one, or, you know, especially like structural fires, you're like, oh, this is going to be crazy, this hot, and, you know, never know what's going to fall on you, or, you know, so it's respect for what's going on, and then a lot of it is just making sure that at the end of the night you go home to your family.
Very grateful that he made it through that, and he's going to have a long process, but from what I hear, he's a very strong kid, so.